you.
अब तेरे लिए छोटा है, उसके सिर पे बैठ नहीं रहा था, वो इतना बड़ा था।
मेरा ब्रेन थोड़ा बड़ा है ना तुम लोगों से।
मैं क्या करता है बोल, मैं जाके देखता है तेरा आवाज आ रहा है क्या नहीं।
हाँ, दूसरे रूम में जाके देख।
हाँ भाई, मोबाइल में देखेगा साले, इधर से थोड़ी सुनने का है।
अबे लिंक डाला क्या ग्रुप में?
नहीं, कौन ज्वाइन किया?
मुझे क्या मालूम, मैं पूछ रहा।
अबे इनको बोल ला, जाके फिजिक्स पढ़ो बोल, मैथ्स का।
अबे कोई ज्वाइन ही नहीं किया ना।
अबे किया था, लीव किया।
क्या बात कर रहा
अबे
है?
अबे 3 लोग ज्वाइन किया है, क्यों ज्वाइन
अबे
किया
कहाँ
है?
है?
बोल उनको बोल।
अबे बोल क्या रहा है? स्ट्रीम हो रहा है। ओके। So good evening, students. If you are watching this stream, I just want to inform you that this is not about physics. This is about mathematics. So I think you should study for physics for today and then come back and watch this live stream later. Okay. Uh, I'm just recording a few things on YouTube, and then you will be able to watch it once it's uploaded. Okay. So the first chapter which I want to start for today is relation and function. Very easy chapter, very low weightage, low tension chapter. It's called relations and functions. Okay, it's a very interesting chapter, but a very small chapter. So you should not waste a lot of time doing this chapter. But I want to go through a few things which are very important from this chapter. Okay, the first one is your types of relation. In types of relation, basically we are studying the that are reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Okay, uh, uh, the definitions I will not definitely go through because the direct definitions are rarely asked. हां, फक्त तुमका प्रॉब्लेम्स कसे सॉल्व्ह करपाचो दाखयतलो. युजुअली दॅट इज वॉट मोर इम्पॉर्टंट इज. ओके. इन पेपर तुमकां कितें हेल्प करतले आनी कशें तुमी यू कॅन टॅकल इट. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम which is Okay, in this problem, you are told that you are given a set which has only three elements, which is one, two, three, and a relation on this defined is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 1 comma 2, and 2 comma 3. Okay, you have to show that this is reflexive, but neither symmetric nor transitive. Okay, cool, easy problem, huh? All you have to know is the definition of reflexive. Let us start with reflexive. असले problems are very common in your board exam. So what you have to do is तुमका फक्त रिफ्लेक्सिव्ह चेक करूंक जाय की तुमच्या सेटान कितें 1 2 3 हे तीन एलिमेंट्स आहा तुमका कितें चेक करूंक जाय 1,1 आसा काय ना 2,1 सॉरी 1,1 आसा काय ना 2,2 आसा काय ना 3,3 आसा काय ना इफ हे तीनय एलिमेंट्स आसा जाल्यार your relation is reflexive. Let us look at your relation. 1 comma 1 is there, 2 comma 2 is there, 3 comma 3 is there. 1 2 3 हे सोडले आणि खंयचे एलिमेंट्स आहा सेटान आणि खंयचेच एलिमेंट ना 1 2 3 हे तीनूच आहा जाल्यार 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 असले काय झाले your set is reflexive. Okay, now according to your question you have to show that this relation is not symmetric and this relation is not transitive. Okay, now let us move on to symmetric part. Okay, okay, how will you do the symmetric part? See, don't forget the question. तुमका किती दाखवपाक जाय this is not symmetric. Okay, जाल्यार if you miss that not part जाल्यार तुमची वाटूच लागतली एग्जामीक. So always be careful while reading your question सारखे रीड करूंक ना जाल्यार तुमची वाट लागतली. सो तुमचं डेफिनेशन कितें म्हणटा डेफिनेशन ऑफ सिमेट्रिक जर एक्स कॉमा वाय तुमचो रिलेशनान आसा जाल्यार तुमकां कितें दाखोवपाक जाय वाय कॉमा एक्स सुद्धा देन y comma x should also be there in the relation mathematically and very accurate बरोवन but in short बरोवन तुमका explain करपाक try केला. Okay, then it is symmetric. This is what the definition says. Okay, but आमका कितें दाखोवपाक जाय की हो symmetric ना. So what you are going to do is we are directly going to check R आणि आम्ही असो एक फ्लॉ शोधूया जसे फॉर एक्झाम्पल okay, now look at this relation. Okay, now look at this relation. हातून 1,1 हा 2,2 3,3 ही गजाली इग्नोर करा की ही तुमका सिमेट्रिकान हेल्प करची ना. लुक एट 1,2 1,2 या सेटान आहा आसा वी कॅन क्लिअरली सी बट 2,1 आहा ऑफ कोर्स ना. जर 2,1 1,2 आसा आणि 2,1 ना जाल्यार दिस रिलेशन इज अगेन नॉट सिमेट्रिक. जाल्यार आम्ही हे in normal languages पळोवया not even maths, this is not even maths. Okay, so notice 1, 2 आमचो सेटान आसा जाल्यार म्हणटले belongs to R, but 2, 1 आसा. What about 2, 1 asa? No, it is not there in your relation R. Therefore, R is not here. Now this part is clear that 1, 2 hale 2, 1 asung jaye. Na jale it's not symmetric. Okay. This classes is going to be a lot of blue fest. So pardon me for that. Uh, Now let us see transitive. Transitive is a relation which kind of defines our college life. Okay, it's kind of बेड चाल. Okay, जर x, y हा आणि y, z असा जाल्यार x, z असतलो. Clear? It's like that. Okay, so if x, y हे दोन एलिमेंट रिलेटेड हा, y, z सुद्धा रिलेटेड हा and belongs to your relation. Okay, then x, z also belongs to your relation. Clear? This is what should happen. Okay, so दोन गजाली related आले, तिसरी भी गजाल related असून जाय. It's very simple, very common sense, nothing difficult. Okay, so what I was saying is about transitive. Okay, I can see three people in this. Yeah, it's not transitive, but I think you should study physics. Okay, this is, I'm just recording it for your is A B and BC belong, then AC also belong. Yeah, that is correct. But I think you should study physics right now. Okay, so let us see. See, this is a specific example. So तुमका ते definition बरोवपाची गरज ना. फक्त तुमका definition explain करतालो. Because such kind of problems are quite common in MCQ and 1 mark questions, or 2 marks also, because you have to prove two things. So say suppose, hanga paya. Look at this one. 1, 2 is there. 2, 3 is there. So by the definition of transitive, कितें आसपा जाय? 1, 2, 2, 3 असा. Correct? So 2, 2 cancel मारलेले कितें उरूंक जाय? 1, 3 सुद्धा आसूंक जाय. Cancel करप is not mathematical. This is how I like to understand it. की 2 एक ब्रिज फॉर्म करता. 1 आणि 3 च्या मदी 1 आणि 3 च्या मदी 2 एक ब्रिज फॉर्म करता. Clear? This is how I like to understand it. Understood? So technically, जर 1, 2 असा 2, 3 असा जाल्यार टेक्निकली तुमचो 1, 3 सुद्धा रिलेटेड आसूंक जाय. दिस इज वॉट इट सेज. सो 2 फॉर्म्स अ ब्रिज between 1 and 3. So technically जर हो ट्रान्झिटिव्ह आसा जाल्यार 1, 3 सुद्धा आसूंक जाय आशिल्लो. But in this relation, can you see 1, 3? Not there, right? So yeah, this is what we have to write. जे हांवें डिस्कस केला ते तुमकां इंग्लिशीन बरोवपा जाय. This is not even maths. Understood? This is not even maths. Oh shit. Okay. So आम्ही कितें नोटीस केले? 1, 1, 2 असा, 2, 3 असा, but 1 comma 3, no, does not belong, right? Therefore, R is transitive, is not transitive, sorry. Wait, yeah. So this concludes our problem. आमका कितें सांगिल्लें रिफ्लेक्स दाखया दाखयलें, not symmetric दाखयला दाखयलें, not transitive दाखयलें. Okay, such kind of problems are common, very common. You should practice them. You can find such kind of problems in the PDF which I have uploaded. Okay. Yeah, 1 comma 3 does not belong. That is correct, but you have to write it properly, no? See, if it is a MCQ, then you can write it directly. It's not a big deal. Hmm? Someone is typing something and retracting it. Okay. Okay, the next type of problem which is very common from this chapter is from the types of function basically one and on to function. Clear? Te upaje chances is high. Okay, very high. So I'll take another problem of that type. I'll show a simple one usually. Or I'll go a little bit tougher one. Let us go a little bit tougher. One simple and one tough. That would work. Okay. Okay, what you have to show that the given function is injective as well as surjective or one as well as onto. Technique is very simple. तुमका फक्त definition cover असू दे. Everything follows very smoothly. Okay, पण असल्या क्वेश्चनान काय प्रॉब्लेम ना. कित्याक हांगा ऑलरेडी हांगला शो दॅट म्हणून शो दॅट म्हणल्यार इट इज ऑल यू ऑल ऑलरेडी नो इट इज वन यू ऑलरेडी नो इट इज ऑन टू क्लियर you just have to show it. And I like this type of questions. Check kara manta nahi. That time it is very problematic, but usually they don't tell you to check. They already tell you whether it's one or odd two. Clear? So let us start with one. One part. One part. What you have to do? Very simple. For one part, you have to take two elements from the domain. Here it's not a big deal. Domain suddha real number suddha, codomain suddha real number suddha. So just take two elements from the domain. Let x1 comma x2 belong to R. आमचो aim कितें आसता न्ही such that f of x1 is equal to f of x2. तुम्ही अशेंच ऑलवेज वन सॉरी वन खातीर तुम्ही अशेंच स्टार्ट करतले वन आणि इंजेक्टिव्ह इज द सेम थिंग. ओके, देन वॉट यू आर गोइंग टू डू, यू आर जस्ट गोइंग टू सबस्टिट्यूट इट इन द फंक्शन. ओके, हांगासर सबस्टिट्यूट करा इम्प्लायज एफ ऑफ एक्स वन कितें आसतलो. व्हेरी सिंपल. खुबशे भुरगे हांगासरूच मिस्टेक करता. एक्स वन म्हणल्यार हांगा जो एक्स दिसता एक्साच्या जाग्यार एक्स वन घालपाचें. ओके, एक्साच्या जाग्यार एक्स वन घातला हांवें जाल्यार हांगा सुद्दां एक्साच्या जाग्यार घालतलो हांव एक्स वन. ओके, Similarly, for x2, f of x2 हांगा घालपाचो, हांगा बी x2 घालपाचो. जाल्यार you will get 2x2. Okay. Uh, See, you can cross the two and cancel it, but it will take one more step. So usually हांव भुरग्यांक कितें कर म्हणटा, हांगा सुद्धा 2 मल्टिप्लाय जाता, हांगा सुद्धा 2 मल्टिप्लाय जाता जाल्यार तुमी कॅन्सल करात आनी तुमकां कितें मेळटलें, x1 is equal to x2. Okay, our aim was to show की फंक्शन व्हॅल्यू जर इक्वल आहा जाल्यार तांचे जे व्हेरिएबल्स असता, म्हणल्यार जे नंबर्स तुम्ही घेता फ्रॉम द डोमेन ते सुद्धा इक्वल असतले. जर ते सुद्धा इक्वल आसा जाल्यार इट इज वन. क्लियर? So therefore f is 1 1, or you can write injective, because why, we have showed that x1 and x2 are equal. Clear? जेन्ना ते इक्वल आहा जाल्यारूच तांची फंक्शन व्हॅल्यू इक्वल असतली. Okay, now our part is for onto. Onto, how to find it is onto? It's very simple. First, you need to know the definition. Okay. So onto कितें म्हणटा की तुम्ही कोडोमेनांतल्यान खंयचो बी एलिमेंट घेया. Okay. Say suppose this is my domain, this is my codomain. Okay. कोडोमेनान तुम्ही एक एलिमेंट घ्या y. ओके, जाल्यार ह्या वायक लिंक्ड एक जर एलिमेंट आहा, लेट अस से एक्स, या वायक कोणतरी लिंक्ड आहा. हाव? बाय अवर फंक्शन. ओके, जर आमचं फंक्शन एक एलिमेंट एक्स फ्रॉम द को डोमेन लिंक्स द एलिमेंट वाय फ्रॉम द कोडोमेन अशें आसा जाल्यार आमचो फंक्शन ऑनटू जातलो. खंयचो बी तुमी एलिमेंट घेतलो कोडोमेनान आनी जर ताजी प्री इमेज आहा, हाका आमी प्री इमेज म्हणटा कित्याक हो डोमेनान आहा. सो जर ताजी प्री इमेज आसा जाल्यार तुमचो फंक्शन जातलो ऑनटू. सो हाजून डायरेक्ट करपाची अशी कांय मेथड ना. what you have to do is you just have to reverse engineer. Yes, for onto we will check whether codomain is, oh, why you want to check whether they are equal, codomain and range? Ha, yeah, that works. Codomain is equal to range, but that sounds very futile. Okay, checking codomain is equal to range, that is what your definition says, but practically corrupt it is very difficult. No, so what I do is I just reverse engineer it. How nahi, like it is a rough work actually, it does not technically is your part. Okay, so in rough work what I do usually is, it's basically a type of reverse engineering. So i will just I will just say, mm, let, should I do it in rough work or should I do it in my main work? Let No, I'll do it in my main work because examiner ही कळून न्ही न्हू आमी कितले स्मार्ट आहा ते. So let f of, no, wait. First step is to take a element from the codomain. Let y belong to your codomain. What is your codomain? R, R to R. So suppose, usually I guess you should keep it rough work, but whatever. Suppose if f of x was is equal to y, there was some x which was linked to our y. Now what is the value of f of x? F of x is basically 2x is equal to y. Correct? Clear? And x ची value किती जातली? Y upon 2. See, you have to notice, this is slightly higher level of thinking. तुमचो y असा, is it a real number? Yes, it is a real number. What about 2? 2 is a real number. Yes, it is real number. जर तुम्ही दोन रियल नंबर डिवाइड करतल्यात except for 0 जाल्यार the answer will always be a real number. Understood? So this guy belongs to real number. Correct? So what will you notice is, if x is equal to y upon 2 जाल्यार ताची फंक्शन व्हॅल्यू किती आसतली? y upon 2 ची, it will be equal to exactly y. तुम्ही जाल्यार सॉल्व करून पळोवंक शकता. पण करपाची गरज ना, बिकॉज एनीवे वी हॅव रिवर्स इंजिनियर इट. हे सिम्बॉलिकली हांव बरयतलो. ओके, दिस इज सिम्बॉलिक. हांवें खंयचो बी एलिमेंट घेतलो कोडोमेनांतल्यान आनी हांवें कितें दाखयलें की डोमेनान एक एलिमेंट आहा जो ताका लिंक्ड आहा, म्हणल्यार तो ताका मॅप जाता. अंडरस्टूड? क्लियर? इफ इट इज हॅपनिंग देन एफ इज ऑन टू. थियोरेटिकल. क्लियर? देर आर सम स्टुडंट्स, अरे तुमचे शिकून बी जाले रे, हांगा टाइमपास करता ते. You can watch this after your physics exam. Okay, not transitive also. Okay, that was previous one. Okay, you should continue studying physics. Physics is very tough paper. I find physics personally very tough. Everyone is finished studying, by the way. 4 people who have joined. Try PYQ, sir. Yeah, I will do the. I'm just doing that only actually. Whatever the pattern of questions I'm seeing, whatever repeats that I am doing. Clear. Mm, now let us go on to next step. I am not sure anything much is okay. We can take a quadratic equation and try showing it whether it is equal or not. Okay. Which one should I take? Uh, okay, this one. Something interesting. I'll take. Yeah, it's not. I think I should go inverse. Inverse would be fine. Binary opposition you don't have. Okay, one thing you should know, when is a function invertible? When is a function invertible? Okay, when it is 1 1 as well as on 2. Okay, so that time it is invertible. Now you have to show that. No, I don't value it much because recently it is not coming. I only want to do which have highly likely what do you call it, probability of coming into papers. So I think I'll go to inverse. In inverse, what do you think is very important? Okay, first of all, in inverse, what you should study is, what you should by heart is, in inverse trigonometric function, in inverse trigonometric functions, what you should give priorities basically are some of the standard results. Before that also, what you should really memorize is, I'll give you one shortcut, very easy one, that is there present in your textbook, which is a table. Hey, they haven't given the table number, but it is below your figure 2.6 first one. फिगर 2.6च्या सकयल एक टेबल आहा विच शोज यू ऑल द प्रिन्सिपल ब्रांचेस. ही प्रिन्सिपल ब्रांचेस पयली म्हणल्यार तुमकां पाठ आसूंक जाय. ही जर तुमकां पाठ आसा जाल्यार हो चॅप्टर सॉल्व करप इज व्हेरी व्हेरी इझी. ओके, या, इट्स व्हेरी इझी. या फिगर 2.6च्या सकयल टेबल आहा तो. क्लियर? नाव so based on that table, I'll do one problem which is very simple in nature but very very high chance to appear in your board exam, usually as, why it is typing. Okay. So usually as MCQ, very popular question for MCQ. Okay, I'll do one of the most. So I'll start with a very simple one. Okay, then I'll start with something slightly tougher one. 1 upon root 2. Say suppose this is, you are given this and you are told to find the value of this. Okay, very simple. Okay, how you have to do it is, at the start, usually at the beginner level, we do like this. Okay, let, actually, how even if students become advanced, no, I always tell them to use this technique, because each technique, it's not exactly a technique, this is how it should be solved. ही जी टेक्निक आहा न्ही, ती फुडें वचून बाकीच्या हातून बी यूज जाता. ओके, सो uh, let it be equal to some value y. Then what we will do is, this is how I like to imagine it. We don't exactly do it like this. आम्ही कितें करता, दोनूय वाटेन सायन घेता, सायन आनी सायन इनवर्स कॅन्सल जाता, ह्या वाटेन सायन तशीच उरता. पण हांव भुरग्यांक कितें सांगता की तुमी ह्या सायन इनवर्साक त्या वाटेन जंप करया, ते वाटेन जंप करतकच कितें जातलें, सी वेन एवर यू क्रॉस दिस इक्वल टू, तुम्ही जे आसा ताजे अपोजीट जाता, अशें हांव तांकां म्हणटा. सायन इनवर्स जाल्यार सायन इनवर्साचो अपोजीट कितें, सायन. नाव यू हॅव टू रिकॉल, तुमच्या 10th स्टँडर्ड तुमकां याद करचें पडटलें. सायन ऑफ वीच एंगल इज 1 अपॉन रूट 2. व्हेरी सिंपल, इट इज sin 45, right? Sin 45 is 1 upon root 2, correct? So sin 45, पण 45 आम्ही तेन्ना यूज करताले. इन 12 तुमकां रेडियन्सान यूज करचे पडटले. वॉट इज रेडियन्स इन रेडियन्स? That is pi by 4. Haji value asa 1 upon root 2. Now you have to check whether your pi by 4 is in your principal domain or not. Okay. If it is in your principal domain, okay, then you can directly write the answer. If it is not in principal domain, then you have to be careful. Make it, this is sine pi by 4 is equal to sine y. Sine cancel, and what you will get is y equal to pi by 4. Now you have to just check pi by 4 आमचं principal domain and principal branch asa. Yes, it is there. Principal branch किती आहा सायनाची? It is pi by 2 to, sorry, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is your principal branch. आता जर तुमकां अंडरस्टँड करपाक डिफिकल्ट जाता जाल्यार तुमी नंबर्स याद करा. पाय बाय 2 म्हणल्यार कितें, 90. सो मायनस 90 टू 90 ह्या नंबरा भितर जर पडटा जाल्यार तुमचो आन्सर करेक्ट आहा. जर ह्या डोमेनाच्या भायर जर आन्सर येता जाल्यार तुमचें रॉंग आहा. बट सायनान इतलो काय व्हडलो प्रॉब्लेम जायना. नेगेटीव आसा जाल्यार एंगल नेगेटीव घेवपाचे, पॉझिटीव जाल्यार एंगल पॉझिटीव घेवपाचे. दॅट्स इट. सो नाव let us see how we do it for cos. Let us take something challenging. No, I'll take first a simple one, then I'll take slightly challenging one. Okay. Again, same technique I'll use. I'll take the cos inverse on that side. Then what will happen is it will change. Cos inverse च्यान जातले cos. Okay. Now cos of which angle is root 3 upon 2? जर तुमका याद आहा जाल्यार याद ना आल्या कितें करपाचें ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग करपाचें वॉट इज कॉस झिरो इज 1 सो दॅट इज नॉट द आन्सर देन यू कॅन गो कॉस 30 वॉट इज कॉस 30 हा कॉस 30 इज रूट 3 बाय 2 कॉस 30 आम्ही कशें बरयता पाय बाय 6 बरयता सारखे विच इज रूट 3 बाय 2 आता जर तुमकां हे बी करपाक जर त्रास जाता जाल्यार जस्ट थिंक पाय तुमचो कितें आसता पाय तुमचो आसता 180 and what will be the line divided by 6 kele what will be 180 divided by 6 30 so what is the answer pi by 6 अशें करून याद दवरपाचें just remember that pi is 180 and then you can do anything you want okay हेजो कितें जातलो answer for this will be hmm, very simple I'll write cos pi by 6 okay cos x then what happens is cos cancels don't cancel it okay it's not mathematically accurate if you do that okay so pi by 6 is the answer okay again you have to check the principal branch what is the principal branch for cos it is 0 to pi म्हणल्यार 0 आणि 180 च्या मध्ये आमका आन्सर किती आयला 30 so it matches right now let us move on to negative ones negative ones is the one which will create you problems okay and the higher ones will deal with it later okay and the double ones so पहिली हांव तुमकां negative ones कशे deal करप ते दाखयता then we'll see the double ones okay, so how we are going to do it? Start same way. Let sine inverse of minus 1 upon 2 will be equal to x. Okay, so what will happen is sine inverse will jump over there and you will get sine of x. Okay, now you have to be slightly careful because there is a negative sign over here. Okay, so since there is a negative sign here it is not very much complicated for sign okay just ignore the minus sign ignore करा आणि इथं फक्त हाफाक पळया तुम्ही okay clear just look at the half now tell me sine of which angle is half what is sine 0 okay then what is sine 30 what is sine 30 sine 30 is half correct so sine 30 is half, right? Sin 30 is half. Clear? What is sin 30 half म्हणून तुम्ही हाफ आन्सर बरोवशात तुमच्या रॉंग जातले ओके सायनाच्या हातून जर तुमची व्हॅल्यू नेगेटिव्ह आहा न्ही इफ देर इज अ नेगेटिव्ह साइन your answer would shift automatically from pi by 6 to minus pi by 6 minus but this only works for ही टेक्निक जी आहे न्ही ही फक्त साइन इनवर्स टेन इनवर्स आणि कोसेक इनवर्साकूच काम करता आणि खंयच्याच अँगला खातीर ही काम करची ना कळ्ळें ही टेक्निक जी आहा ती वॉट एवर अँगल यू गेट जस्ट चेंज द साइन एंड यू गेट द आन्सर सो वॉट विल यू गेट इज साइन Okay, again cancel, and then you'll get. Okay, again, what is your domain? Sorry, what is your principal branch? Principal branch is minus 90 to 90. Okay, so since it is minus 90 to 90, आमचं minus 30 falls between them. Understood? For cosaचे जर negative angles आले क्रिया करपाचे, let us deal with that. Cos घे now. See this technique I'm telling you, this technique will only work for sine, cosec, and tan. Now I'll take something. Let us take sec. Okay, sec inverse, sec inverse, sec inverse of minus 2 give you. Okay, now sec inverse of minus 2. Again, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? Very simple. Start with the same step again. Let sec inverse of minus 2 be equal to x. Clear? Sec inverse again तुम्ही थंयसर jump करूया. So कितें मेळटलें तुमकां minus 2 will be equal to sec x. Correct? Then you have to remember खंयच्या अँगलाचो sec is 2. So sec 0. Does sec 0 exist? Yeah, sec 0 is 1. Then sec 30. What is sec 30? Sec 30 is 2 upon root 3. Not the answer. We need sec of some, we need sec x is equal to 2. 2 is my answer. हांगा येता 2 upon root 3. Okay, this is how I brainstorm basically. So sec 0 is basically 1. Not the answer. Sec 30 is 2 upon root 3. Not the answer. Then sec 45 is, सी तुमकां इफ थोडे फॉर्मुलाज म्हणले ते थोडे व्हॅल्यूज भायर दवरचे पडटले नाल्यार तुमकां ट्रायंगल मेथड यूज करची पडटली. ओके, सो इफ यू आर हॅव्हिंग अ डिफिकल्टी इन रिमेंबरिंग देम फॉर 30 and 60 स्पेशली, you just have to remember this triangle 30, 60, 1, 2 root 3, आणि for 45 this triangle works. 45, 1, 1 root 2. ओके, मागीर कशें करपाचें तेच. फॉर एक्झाम्पल same thing you have to repeat. For example, what we do for okay, for sec 45, let us see. Sec 45 कितें म्हणटा? Hypotenuse upon adjacent. या ट्रायंगलाचो हायपोटेन्यूज कोण? रूट 2. ओके, आणि adjacent खंयची सायड? This is my adjacent side. So answer is root 2. But root 2 will not help us. Then what we will do? We will go to 60. What is sec 60? Sec 60 is, well, I'll show you. Hypotenuse 2 upon adjacent, which is 1. So 2 upon 1. Understood? So answer is 2. So this might be our answer, but this is not exactly our answer because it is in minus sign. Minus sign wangda in case of, in case of them, what you have to do? You have to subtract. Okay. Uh, you got pi by 3 in case, in negative case. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to do this. Pi घेवपाचो, पायच्यान आमचो आन्सर मायनस करपाचो. That would be our answer. Minus केल्यार कितें जातलें basically? What is 180 minus 60? 180 minus 60 is 120. And how do we find 120? How do we write 120? 3 pi minus 2 pi. So you can even do cross multiplication. Cross multiplication केलो 3 pi minus pi upon 3. जाल्यार तुम्ही डायरेक्टली करू शकता if you know the answer. 2 pi by 3. Okay. So 2 by 3 येयला जाल्यार हांगा आमची व्हॅल्यू घालपाची sec 2 pi by 3 sec x. This will be our answer. Sec cancel आणि तुमकां कितें मेळटलें? ओके. आमकां आन्सर कितें येयला 120. आमचो हे कितें आहा प्रिन्सिपल डोमेन हाजो आसा 0 टू पाय डिलीटिंग द 90 minus 90. 0 to pi 9. This is our principal domain for this. पाय बाय 2 सोडले बाकी सगळे. आणि 0 टू पाय मध्ये म्हणजे 0 आणि 180च्या मध्ये 120 येता. येस येता. ओके. सो आवर आन्सर इज करेक्ट. दिस इज हाऊ यू हॅव टू डू इट. There can be some small things which can be slightly complicated for you to get confused in exam. Okay, let us take a example which I can remember. Uh, cos cos inverse cos 7 pi by 6. Okay, so भुरगीं हांगा कितें करतात? कॉस इनवर्स आणि कॉस कॅन्सल करतात आणि आन्सर बरयतात 7 पाय बाय 6. बट दॅट विल नॉट बी युअर आन्सर. वाय? बिकॉज 7 पाय बाय 6 इज रफली हाऊ मच? 210 डिग्रीज. आणि कॉसाचो प्रिन्सिपल ब्रांच कितें आहा? 0 to 180 degrees. So 210 degree is higher than what we are asked, right? So what we will do is, हांगा कितें दिला आमकां? 6 दिला, हांगा कितें दिला? 7 दिला. Divide and find out. 6 1 is 6. Answer remainder is 1. Okay. So you have to focus on this, focus on this, focus on this. Basically, cos कितें मेळटलो तुमकां? 1 means हांकां सगळ्यांक तातूंत पाय घालपाचे. Okay. So you will get 1 and plus remainder upon divisor. This is what you get, right? So हाका तुम्ही 1 into pi करा, which is pi and pi upon 6. If you are finding this method difficult, just remember whatever you get. 7 कितें आहा? 6 into, see I'm doing that division algorithm. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, so that method is usually what we do. So dividend, divisor, this is my divisor, and this is my remainder, quotient. So dividend is equal to divisor into quotient. Quotient is 1 plus remainder. आता आमकां कितें आहा? आमचे कडेन खंयचो नंबर आहा? 7 पाय अपॉन 6 आहा. जाल्यार हांव म्हाका पयलीं 7 अपॉन 6 करतलो. 7 अपॉन 6 करपा खातीर म्हाका सगळ्यांक 6च्यान डिवायड करचें पडटलें सारकें. करेक्ट? So हांगा 6 आणि हांगा 6 कॅन्सल जातलो. What you will get? 7 by 6 will be equal to 1 plus 1 by 6. करेक्ट? जस्ट डिवायड करपाचें न्ही पळोवपाचें. Okay, that will simplify your work. नाल्यार तुमी डायरेक्टली बी करूं शकता. There is another simple technique for it. Anyone stuck at physics? Sir, physics ही खत्म नहीं हो रहा है. ओह, खत्म तो करना पड़ेगा बेटा. नहीं तो तुम खत्म हो जाओगे. जैसे कि मैं खत्म हो गया हूँ. ओके. तो यहाँ पे टाइम पास करने से अच्छा पढ़ाई कर लो. हेलो सर, पहचाना? साची. आय आय. Something. That is my student Sachi, and then sir physics खूप डिफिकल्ट दिसता. डिफिकल्ट दिसता म्हणल्यार मजा येता न्हू. इजी असलेलं कोण करतालो. Okay, what do you have to do? Just see, maka 7 by 6 mero. This was what I was finding, right? This is what I was finding, 7 pi by 6. So now what is remaining? Just multiply pi. Pi multiply kara, pi multiply kara, pi multiply kara. This is what you get, correct? 1 into pi is pi. So you have to focus on that, okay? So this is what I have done. 7 पाय बाय 6च्या जाग्यार हांवें 1 पाय प्लस पाय बाय 6 घातला. विथ एक्सपिरियन्स न्ही तुमी कितें करूं शकता खबर आहा? With experience, if you are quite experienced enough in solving this type of problem, तुम्ही कितें करू शकता? You can simply cos 7 आहा न्ही ताका स पाय प्लस पाय अशें करूं शकता. एंड देन जस्ट ओपन अप द डिनॉमिनेटर अशें करून करूं शकता तुमी. मागीर तुमी जर डिनॉमिनेटर स्प्लिट करतले जाल्यार 6 पाय अपॉन 6 येतलो आनी पाय अपॉन 6 येतलो. 6 पाय अपॉन 6 जाले जाल्यार 6 6 कॅन्सल यू गेट आन्सर. ओके. सो नाव पाय प्लस पाय बाय 6 म्हणल्यार 180. तुमकां मातशें क्वाड्रंटार लक्ष दिवचें पडटलें. 0 पाय बाय 2 which is 90, पाय which is 180 and 3 पाय बाय 2. Okay. Now what is pi? Pi म्हणल्यार 180 plus what is this? Pi by 6. Yeah. So where it will lie basically? पाय हांगासर आहा. तुम्ही ताका एक अँगल प्लस करपा लागल्या जाल्यार तुम्ही मातशे फुडें पावतले न्ही, राइट? सो यू विल लँड अप इन युअर थर्ड क्वाड्रंट. आणि थर्ड क्वाड्रंटान कोण पॉझिटिव्ह असता? ऑल सिल्वर टी कप्स. ओके. थर्ड क्वाड्रंटान आमचो टी म्हणल्यार 10 आणि कॉट पॉझिटिव्ह असता. सो बेसिकली आमचो कॉस कितें जातलो? कॉस जातलो इन दिस क्वाड्रंट आमचो कॉस जातलो नेगेटिव्ह. करेक्ट? Then what you have to do? You just have to ignore this pi and you just have to write pi by 6. This will solve your problem. What is cos pi by 6? What is cos pi by 6? Cos pi by 6. Wait, sorry. I just messed up one step. We don't need to do this. Okay. So what I was saying that cos तुम्ही घ्या का मायनस पाय बाय 6 बरेया काय? Okay. That's not very accurate. That's not very accurate. Okay. Now since we got this, okay. So actually तशें करचें पडटा तुमकां, but minus cos pi by 6. Okay, since it is in the third quadrant minus येता, you will get cos pi by 6 is what? Root 3 upon 2. Correct? Root 3 upon 2. And where does this minus root 3 upon 2 lie? हांवें तुमकां सांगला जर एंगल जर नेगेटिव्ह पळय आतां थोडे भुरगे कितें करतले अगेन कॉस इनवर्स कॉस कॅन्सल करतले आनी मायनस पाय बाय 6 आन्सर बरयतले विच इज अगेन रॉंग. -30 तर तुमच्या प्रिन्सिपल ब्रांचान ना. कळ्ळें? सो what do you call it? Yeah, that is not in your principal branch. So what you are going to do? Principal branch कितें आहा तुमची 0 आणि 180 आहा. मायनस एंगल असतो ना. सो अगेन यू हॅव टू फाइंड द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ दिस कॉस पाय बाय 6 म्हणजे कॉस 30 ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहा? √3/2. ओके. मायनस आहा. मायनस जाल्यार कितें करपाचें? मायनस जाल्यार कितें करपाचें? येदोळच सांगिल्लें हांवें तुमकां. पयलीं पळोवपाचो खंयच्या एंगलाचो कॉस इज √3/2. वीच एंगल? cos 30 is √3/2, correct? And whatever you get here, since it is negative, पळय आमी पयलीं नेगेटिव्ह इग्नोर करपाचो. √3/2 चे सोदपाचें. √3/2 कोणाक येता? 60 येता. जाल्यार सिन्स इट इज नेगेटिव्ह, जेन्ना नेगेटिव्ह आसता तेन्ना कितें करपाचें? पाय वांगडा मायनस करपाचो. ओके. सो पाय वांगडा मायनस केल्यार कितें येतलो? 3 पाय मायनस पाय upon 3. The answer will be 2 pi by 3. Clear? Understood? So again our answer will be, the answer कितें येतलो? Okay, it's on loading now. Just wait a second. अरे कौन जर्मन शेपर्ड. ध्रुव राठी. You are best teacher of class 12. Sir, I love you. Okay, thank you for your love. We don't need. सर आप कोमा रोज को जानते हो. आई डोंट नो हु इज दैट. हु इज दिस AK सर. बिग फैन. वेरी गुड टीचिंग स्किल. थैंक यू सो मच. ओके द लोडिंग इज गॉन. हेलो सर कैसे हो. मैं बहुत ही ठीक हूँ. प्रणव. प्रभात सिंह. लेट येता हूँ जाण क्लास जेन्ना तू बेगीन येता. ओके. इट्स ऑल राइट. नेक्स्ट टाइम बेगीन यो. रुपाली शेट. सर म्हाका वळखता. Okay. Bye, sir. Because I'm doing physics right now, I'll watch this video afterwards. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, do watch it later. Okay, because now you need to focus on physics. आज रात जागया. फिजिक्साचेर फार करा पयलीं म्हणल्यार. Okay. So again, like I said, this is slightly complicated, so don't get confused. Okay. Okay, so first step what we did was 7 pi by 6 खूप व्हडलो number हा. It's like 210 roughly, right? So what we have to do, we have to break it down. We broke it down. 210 आम्ही कसे break down करू शकता. I have division करून हायन केला. Division algorithm use केला. I found out. पुढे पुढे तुमका directly करचे पडटले काय. Then what I have got, pi plus pi by 6. Now I have tried to bring it in my domain. My domain, sorry, principal branch. Principal branch किती आसा माझी. Principal branch आसा ही न्हू for cos 0 to pi. So ताज्या भितर आयलो. Since I got pi by 2 ताज्या भितर आयलो. But you have to check the quadrant. Quadrant is third quadrant. थर्ड क्वाड्रंटान फक्त 10 आणि कॉट पॉझिटिव्ह असता. जाल्यार हांवें कॉसाक घातलो नेगेटिव्हान. क्लियर. आणि कॉस पाय बाय 6 इज -√3/2. क्लियर. आणि मायनसान आसता तेन्ना हांवें तुमकां कितें सांगला. मायनसान आसतना कितें करपाचें तुमी. मायनसान आसता तेन्ना यू हॅव टू subtract it. And again, what will be the answer in this case also? In this case also, the answer will be 2 pi by 3. Pi by 3, pi by... Yes. Yeah. So whatever. 2 pi by... Sorry, this one I have made a slight mistake. Wait, huh? This is pi by 6. No. It's a big mistake I've made. Cos pi by 6 is √3/2. Okay. This way my students, they would have made a lot of noise because I made a mistake. And they would have corrected me. So, and a teacher should always be open to get corrected by students, because in future students have to be better than your teachers, otherwise it's a failure of a teacher. Okay, so 6 pi minus pi by 6, answer is 5 pi by 6. Okay, what is a 5 pi by 6 basically? 5 pi by 6 is roughly 150. It's 150 degree. Okay, so your answer is... See, this step is very important. Okay, हांवें कित्याक केलो, म्हाका √3/2 मेळ्ळो न्हू. सो √3/2 चो म्हाका व्हॅल्यू सोदूंक जाय. कोणाचो आसतलो. ऑब्वियसली प्रिवियस स्टेपानूच हांवें सोदला. पाय बाय 6 ची व्हॅल्यू आसतली √3/2. करेक्ट. कॉस पाय बाय 6 इज √3/2. सिन्स इट इज नेगेटिव्ह आहा जाल्यार ही टेक्निक यूज करपाची तुमी. ही टेक्निक पाय वांगडा मायनस करपाचे. ओके, फॉर विच रेशोज कॉस, सेक आणि कॉट. क्लियर. So once you do this, what is the answer you will get is 5 pi by 6. Clear? This is what the answer is. Okay, who are the two students who are still in the stream? Please, you watch this tomorrow. Today you study physics. Okay, now I'm almost going to end this session because yeah, I'll come tomorrow. and then I'll do one very important problem from this. But right now I want to tell you to do something. What you have to do is you have to by heart some standard results. ओके एक एक्झाम्पल दिता प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ इनवर्स ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन्स आणू तांचे थोडे स्टँडर्ड रिझल्ट्स आहात ते तुम्ही बाय हार्ट करा बिकॉज ते युजली एक्झामीक येता सो आय शो यू वन ऑफ देम I guess this one is a nice one. रुपाली सेन म्हणल्यार दिवेश आसतलो कितें रे बहिणीच्या अकाउंटार मेसेज घालता कितें भयण न्हू मम्मीच्या फोनार आसतलो नांव दुसरें दवरला तें ओके सो sine inverse sin cos inverse. Let us take cos and sec inverse. That is easy. Okay, I'll take sine and cos inverse. See, results like this are very commonly asked in your exams. Okay, I'll take this sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. Very commonly asked. Okay, त्याच्या बाहेर बी आणि हा tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. That is very very important. तेजेर तर प्रॉब्लेम सुद्धा येता. काय करता तुमकां 11th चॅप्टर एकदम बरे भशेन कवर आसूंक जाय. ओके सो हांगा आमी सेम टेक्निकान स्टार्ट करतले. लेट साइन इनवर्स ऑफ x be equal to some y. Okay, then what will be your x will be sin y. Clear? Prank. Okay, हो प्रँक करपाचो टाइम नाही शाण्या आणि फिजिक्स शिकचो. डोंट डू टाइमपास ओवर हियर नाल्यार वाट लागतली तुजी. Okay. Uh, yeah, I've taken it some y. So what will I get? This is sine of y. Correct? Clear? आणि हे जर तुम्ही 10th सारखे शिकल्यात, then you must be knowing that sine and cos are complementary of each other. So how you can write? You can write sine x as cos pi by 2 minus x, or you can write cos x as sine pi by 2 minus x. हे आम्ही इवन 11th बी दाखयला हे केला हे दोन रिझल्ट्स व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट रिझल्ट्स फॉर सॉल्विंग दिस. ओके विच वन वी आर गोइंग टू यूज? वी आर गोइंग टू यूज करंटली दिस वन. एक्साच्या जागेर फावटी कितें आहा वाय, सो तुमकां कन्फ्युजन जावपा जायना म्हणून ते एक करून दवरुया. वाय वाय ओके and this. Okay, so what will you get is so sine inverse sine y. How can I write sine y? Sine y can be written as cos pi by 2 minus y. Okay, then what I will do? I will make the cos jump over here. Okay, if I make the cos jump over there, what will I get? Cos इनवर्स ऑफ एक्स. सी कॉस जेन्ना इज इक्वल टू चो बॅरियर क्रॉस करता, कॉस जेन्ना त्या वाटेन वयता इज इक्वल टू क्रॉस करून तुमकां कितें मेळटलें? कॉस इनवर्स ऑफ एक्स मेळटलें. करेक्ट? इट्स लायक दॅट ओनली. हांगाच्यान थंय उडी मारलेल्यार यू विल बिकम उल्टा लायक पॉझिटिव्ह प्लस आसता जेन्ना आमी त्या वाटेन घेता जाल्यार मायनस जाता, मायनस आसता त्या वाटेन घेता जाल्यार प्लस जाता, मल्टिप्लाय जाल्यार त्या वाटेन घेतकच डिवायड जातलो, डिवायड जाल्यार त्या वाटेन घेतकच इंटू जातलो. तशेंच बाय दॅट लॉजीक ओनली when you take cos on the other side, it will become cos inverse. And cos inverse and I'll get cos. Okay, it's a simple logic. Okay, mathematically, it's not what exactly happens. Okay, mathematically, something else only happens, but we don't need to go into that. Correct? Exam area. So what you will get? तुमका जर तितली मॅथमॅटिक्स शिकूंक जाय जाल्यार तुम्ही You can reach out to me on Instagram. Okay, my handle is this. You can reach out to me here. Okay, so now we are almost done. Okay, cos inverse of cos and theoretin jump kelo, so I'll got pi by 2 minus y. And what is y? Y is sine inverse of x. Tarke. So look at this step. What is your y? Y is sine inverse of x. Now haka suda theoretin jump mare yaar. Ira tolo. Theoretin ataka to minus asa. It will become plus. Okay, we got the result what we were looking for. ओके आता थोडे म्हणतील सर साइन इनवर्स फर्स्ट हा सांगा सर तुमका साइन इनवर्स सेकंड मेळा बट दिस इज एडिशन सो तुम्ही साइन सेकंड बरेया नाल्यार फर्स्ट बरेया इट्स द सेम थिंग ओके यू कैन जस्ट interchanges sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x will be equal to pi by 2 and if you want to your presentation to look good you can say hence proved अशा तुमका बाकीचे रिझल्ट करूंक जाय सो डू मेक शुअर दॅट यू study all of them and also others this is under properties of inverse trigonometric function on your textbook तुम्ही ते लाईन इन करा सगळे ओके सगळ्यांचे प्रूफ दिले हा and even a lot of them are there in my notes okay so make sure that you by heart them and go I'll do a very important problem very important problem um, of this chapter only in my today's in my tomorrow's live session so to make sure whenever you finish your physics and all and when you doing this maths you go through this okay if you are if there is a lot of gap you can just skip it for 10 seconds and you can reach wherever you want to reach. I'll continue this session in my tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you very much. Good night and all the best for your physics exams if anyone is watching right now, and I'll hope you to see in my next class.